but it's about putting in the time. And the only way that you can put in that time is if you find out early on what your passion is, because 10,000 hours is a lot of hours. It's a lot. And you can only do it if it's in your heart to do it. So if I can encourage everyone, I would say a couple of things. Number one, there is a science to understanding yourself. There is a science to understanding yourself. And I was fortunate early on to find that which I was passionate about, and I encourage each and every one of you to really, especially when you're young, really dig deep and try to figure out what you're passionate about. What do you love to do? And I don't care what it is, because whatever it is, if you're willing to invest the time and be respectful of mentors, you can get to a professional level. You can get to a professional level, and it doesn't even cost a lot of money. It costs time. 10,000 hours. And if you want to achieve the American dream, which is getting paid for doing what you love to do, then you got to make an investment. And time is something that all of us have. I mean, we actually can decide how we want to spend the next 5 minutes. Maybe you got to decide, I don't want to spend the next 5 minutes listening to Ryan Leslie. You can all get up and walk out. It is a decision and a choice that you all can make. And when you start to think of your life in those parameters, that you have a choice of what you want to do and how you want to feel and what you want to achieve, and you know what you love, and you put it all together, and you're willing to make the investment of time, because that's what makes us all equal. Me, Jay-Z, Michael Jordan, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Kobe Bryant. We all got the same 24 hours in our day. Same 24 hours. So you got to think, if Kobe Bryant still taking 1,000 jumpers a day, and he's Kobe Bryant, how do you expect to get to his level if you're not Kobe Bryant and you're only taking 30 jumpers every 2 days? I just did a long session. Kanye West and Jay-Z, they're doing an album together. It's called Watch the Throne. I went out to Sydney, Australia, sat in the studio with Jay-Z. It was just he and I up around 6:30 in the morning. We're still rocking to one of these beats. It's crazy. And I said, man, Jay, you are a monster. He said, man, who's going to catch me? And I said, well, what do you mean by that? He said, well, listen, I woke up 6 o'clock this morning because I had to go on the Oprah Winfrey show because they were filming it out in Sydney. I woke up 6 o'clock, was at the Oprah Winfrey show 7 o'clock, did my interview 8:45, got out of there, had to go do a bunch of meetings, had to go do a concert opening up for U2 at 6:30 in the afternoon. I came out of my concert performing for 30,000 people, went and had some dinner, came to the studio at 9 o'clock. It's now 6:30 in the morning, and I'm still rocking with you. So, people that say they want to be rappers or musicians or whatever, and they're not spending the time, and I'm Jay-Z and I'm spending this much time rocking, who's going to catch me? What I'm saying is, what we all have equally is time. A lot of people say the barriers to entry have to do with money. But if I wanted to be a basketball player growing up in the Salvation Army with my parents only making $400 a month, I still could go to the Boys and Girls Club and not joke around. Boys and Girls Club. And not joke around getting into fights and being a knucklehead. If I really wanted to go in there and use the gym to become the next Kobe Bryant, I could. And that goes for anything. It goes for anything. There are resources. If you really want to do something, the resources are there. And if you want to make a difference in your life and in the lives of your family, I encourage you to, number one, find out what your passion is. Really dig deep and find out what you love to do. Don't just say, oh, I want to be a singer just because you think it's cool, because you want to be on TV. Find out what you love to do, because once the work kicks in, you'll find out if you really love it or not. Find out what you love to do, and then don't be afraid to invest the time that it takes to get there. And you'll find that when you are respectful, and when you are hardworking, and when you are eager, and when people see that you love what you're doing, you'll find that people start to fall in line that want to help you to get to where you want to get. Why? Because it's so rare. People always write kids off as being just knuckleheads. And my belief is, if they don't have anyone to show them the way, and they're making decisions on their own, then of course they're going to make mistakes. So it's our job, my job, job of parents and big brothers and sisters, to actually show them the way. Give them some insight from the mistakes that you've made, and encourage them that if they put in the time and associate it with something they love and they're passionate about, then anything is possible, because when you find your passion, the best is demanded of you, not by the bidding of others, but by the bidding of your heart. My name is Ryan Leslie. It's been a pleasure talking to you.